Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. I'm Ombra and today I'm gonna show you how to build your Gandalf the White. Gandalf the White is the best defensive support of the game right now. It's also one of the best support in offensive way and is also a decent damage dealer when you are Kraken. So for this reason is a commander that almost everyone that play an RP or good faction want to have in the main team. And the good part of that is also that you can have them at respect 2 and is already very strong, but if you invest a lot on them you're gonna gain more and more. So it's also a good investment late game. First and start with the guide, I wanna talk you about my site risetowarguide.com, the site where I'm hosting all my guide about commanders, about stuff, and with a lot of tool. I suggest you to go in the description, check the link, and if you wanna try that, it's completely free. Let's start with the skill of Gandalf the White. You want to place the first 10 point on White Council, the most powerful skill of Gandalf the White for damage reduction. You're gonna have 18% damage reduction flat plus the scaling with the focus. And the scaling is very strong because you can reach about 80% if you have more than 300 of focus. So in late game it's absurd the amount of damage reduction. You're gonna have this damage reduction for the first 7 hit you receive on all your formation. Then you want to place 10 point on White Rider, a skill that increases the damage taken by 3 enemy formation by 25% in the first 4 rounds. One of the best offensive debuff you can apply on the enemy. Then you want to place 1 point on the White for deals 45% focus damage on the round 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 on one enemy. At this level you want this just for clear the enemy White Council, it's a bit more than nothing. And then you want to place 1 more point on the Wizard for have a skill that inflict 27% focus damage on 1 or 2 enemy is RNG on the round 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. The last 2 points you want to place on the White for increase the damage dealt to 135%. You don't gonna have an insane amount of damage from your Gandalf the White at respect 4, but even at this respect is one of the best support of the game. When you reach the respect 10 you want to respect your Gandalf, you want to place again 10 point on White Council, you want to place 10 point on White Rider again, but then you want to place 10 of 10 on White Rider for reach the maximum level and have 440% focus damage from your skill and also 25% chance to stun the target. That control is fundamental as it's worth to sacrifice the Wizard point for reach that. In the final build you're gonna have 6 more points to spend, you're gonna spend them all on Wizard for increase the damage dealt by that at 162% and also for decrease the defense of the target by 10. At this level of respect of course you're not only a support in the defensive and the offensive way, but you're also a damage dealer because you have 2 skills for damage dealing and also the unique, and all the gear on Gandalf the White gonna increase that because it's based on focus. Talking about the stat, the most important stat you want is focus because scale the White Council, so reduce the overall damage you receive in the early game, and also the focus and the damage scale the offensive ability of Gandalf the White, making them a really good damage dealer also in late game. Another important statistic you want is initiative. It's not important like in the past, but it's still very solid. Talking about the weapon, the best in slot is the Obsidian Dagger, which provide 22 of damage and also 51 of focus and 3 of initiative, all you want on your Gandalf. The second choice is the Morgul Blade, which provide 20 of damage, 42 of focus, a bit less, and 3 of initiative. Then at epic level you want the Carver, which provide 12 of damage and also 18 of focus, have not initiative but is the best option at epic level. Talking about the armor, the best in slot is the Black Númenórean, which provide 48 of focus. As alternative you can think to run the Great Place of the East, which provide 39 of focus. And at epic level what you want is the Hunter Skin, which provide 15 of focus. Talking about the helmet, I choose the Cowl of the Forest as best in slot because provide 6 of initiative, 18 of focus as 100 of command. All the statistics you need and is better than the Grey Wizardette that is the alternative, the second option, which provide 48 of focus because instead of providing only focus provide initiative, focus and command, 3 statistics you need. In particular if you have 0 item with command you really need this 600 of command. At epic level, what you wanna run is the Bone Mask that have 18 of focus. As accessory, the best in slot is the Signet of the Barrow, which provides 610 of damage, 42 of focus and 3 of initiative. Really strong cause also have initiative of course and you need it. The alternative is go full focus with the V2.5 pipe, which provide 1010 of damage and 48 of focus, but no initiative. At epic level, the Harp of Lothlorien provide 18 of focus and is the best option. Now talking about the set effect, my favorite one is still agility cause provide initiative, and if you plan to run an equipment without initiative, you want the agility set of course, cause you want your Gandalf the White be faster than the enemy Nazgul for example, and also be faster than Sauron with the enemy that reduce your focus. So it's important still be faster than the enemy, of course it's important. It's not important like in the past, but it's still really solid. Then if you have already enough initiative on your gear or you don't have the agility set, you can think to run Fortitude or Divine and Conquest for reducing your damage. They are all superior to run evasive action, that is also good, but it's not the best because you already have a lot of damage reduction on early game. So if you can choose, you prefer a damage reduction, then you can bring it to the late game. Now we talk about the unique Narya Ring of Fire. Stat wise, it provides focus, command and unit defense, 3 statistics that you really need, and that make that very easy to upgrade. The unique passive is really solid at very high level because provide 60% physical damage and 60% focus damage each time Gandalf the White launch a normal attack, so it's an improve on overall 120% of damage each round. It's very solid also for clear the White Council of the enemy because it's 2 more hit each round from the round 1. So with high respect and gear is strong for deal damage, with low respect and gear is strong still for remove the White Council. I recommend to unlock this item to everyone because it's solid even for the stat and the basic White Council removing, and if you are over Zenith 1 I also recommend you to refine that and strengthen it. Talking about the troop, there's a lot of valid options for Gandalf the White, but the basically rules is you want fast unit and you want cavalry unit. The medium unit is fundamental in the current meta. If you want to run them in a meta team with Gil-galad, you want to run them with elves and you want the Bone Knight or the cavalry archer, the tier 2 of the Bone Knight. Don't disrespect the tier 2 because they are very strong and close in terms of performance to the Bone Knight, but in terms of cost are really cheap. Instead, if you play with Falcon and you want to run Dwarf, you want to run the Ram Rider or the T2 version of the Ram Rider, and if you play them without this forced choice, you can play that with a Cataphract, a neutral option that is still a cavalry unit and is very tanky. And I want to repeat, all the tier 2 units are very solid, so choose the tier 2 when you don't have resource and when you have to fight a lot. Don't run forced the tier 3. Lastly, if you are forced to run the small unit cause the enemy for example run a lot of big unit, you can think to run the Guardian or the Berserker. The Berserker are better cause are faster, but also the Guardian are really tank. One of the best commander to pair with Gandalf the White is of course Gil-galad. They are 2 of the member of the meta team and there's a reason for that. If you have at the same time damage reduction and evade that don't allow the enemy to cancel the damage reduction, you can bring the damage reduction to round 3 and 4, so you're gonna be almost unkillable in the early game cause evasion and cause damage reduction, and you're gonna have your damage reduction still up in the round 4 when the enemy Bjorn for example skill with the heavy skill, and you're gonna reduce a lot of damage with that combo. Another commander that synergizes really good with Gandalf the White is Bjorn, cause they have an AoE skill that hit 3 enemy exactly the number that White Rider debuff, that active in the round 4 when the White Rider is still up, so you want absolutely this 25% more damage for a skill of Bjorn that is 50k of damage. The amount of damage increase is massive. Talking about the counter of Gandalf the White, there's plenty of that because of course the meta is all about Gandalf the White, so also the counter are a lot. The Shadow and the Undying are very strong cause can hit multiple time multiple targets, so cancel a lot of stack of the usage of White Council. If you play them together, you're gonna completely annihilate a Gandalf the White without protection. Then there's Kaleln that is a soft cap of Gandalf the White cause you can ignore the White Council being faster than Gandalf the White. Of course your unique is gonna be still countered by Gandalf the White, so it's only a soft counter. Then we have Saruman, a new entry on this counter list cause in the 2.5 receive a skill that hit 3 enemy with 2 hit each round in the the first 5 turns. And that is insane for clear the White Council, it's so fast, and also the unique of Saruman, it's very strong for clear that too. And the new skill also pass through the provoke and the taunt skill of the unit, so it's very strong. For last, I want to mention all the commander that can hit multiple times with the troop, like the Witch King for example. They are decent for burning the White Council stack. Of course, you don't have to use them as a damage dealer commander, cause the troop damage dealer commander are really bad. So that's all for this guide. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, just smash like on that and also subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment, and also if you have some question you can join my Discord and make that to my community. As always, I wanna remember you have an affiliated link with the game that allow you to buy gems from the official site of the game, and if you choose to use my link, the devs gonna recognize me a little commission of what you spend, and you're gonna support directly my channel. You're gonna find the link in the description of the video and also in the first comment. Again, thank you for following me and see you in the next. Woo!